Ladies and gentlemen, the Pies are interested in trading into the top 10 of this year's national draft. It's time to talk all things black and white. This video is proudly sponsored by TSNL Neon, Melbourne's trusted signage specialist for commercial LED and neon signage. For more information, visit tslsigns.com. Link is in the description. They're family owned and service all of Victoria. Now, we heard on our favourite show, Ungettable, Kaltumi and Riley Beveridge. Kaltumi suggests the Pies are looking to secure Carlton's pick 9 in the current draft. Now, what I might do here is share the screen and go bang. And we're going to have a look at Pommy's mock draft board, because what this will give us a look at is I want to look at, okay, if we're trying to get a feel for what we would be willing to give up to get into this draft, we have Collingwood's future picks here, right? So right now, and it's quite obvious, but I like to paint the picture, we got all our futures intact right now. What we need to know when it comes to trading into the present moment is there's a tax on that. So generally speaking, you're looking at, like Carlton will be looking for a club where they're going to say, well, you're going to finish low next year so that we can take your future and you take our current. We think your future is going to be better than our current pick 9. Also, what you need to factor in is that Carlton just may not rate the current draft crop, but also they are. I mean, I'm not in the know of Carlton's picks and what they're doing with them. Do they need pick 9? How are they going with father-son and academy bid, draft value points and whatnot? So there's all that to consider. So there's a myriad of things that must be factored in, but it seems like we want to move into this draft in the top 10, particularly to target someone in Dyson Sharp, a South Australian product, and they won a national champs. They were the superior side and impressed a lot of people across the nation. So we see here, like, what can possibly happen if Carlton rate someone in 2026, or if they rate the players better, even though it's compromised with Tassie coming in and pre-listing players to play the VFL and whatnot. That does have some implications, but they might just be willing to take the gamble. Maybe they want to save or use pick 9 to build more points in the following years for potential academy bids. Father-sons for like Cody Walker, who will be in the picture next year. So maybe that's something there. Anyways, what could possibly happen is pick 9 for 2026 round 1 and say 2027 future second. If you were to trade these two, being the future first and future second next year, then you'd be needing a future second back. You can't trade away your first 2 round picks. In a draft, you must have round 2 intact with at least one or pick 1 you must at least have your first round pick or second round pick. You can't just give both of them away. So I think a way to navigate around that is give a future first away and a future second from the following year in 2027. So I might just pop up. We will look into it a little bit more. But it sounds like we are targeting Dyson Sharp, the South Australian product. Is he still going to be on the board at pick 9 and whatever that works out to be? There's that to think about. But like, what's the general summary of this guy? Like, truthfully, I haven't looked at players a great deal in the top 20 because we haven't had a pick in there. But his draft ranges is somewhere between 3 and 10. Clubs like West Coast and Richmond, who currently lay claim to several early selections, should look no further than Sharp for a safe and ready-made player to help accelerate their rebuilds. The South Australian will also likely land in Essendon's hitting zone, with the Bombers holding 2, potentially 3 consecutive early picks. Coincidentally, Sharp is an Essendon fan, thanks to his namesake Dyson Heppel. If not them, clubs can pounce on the fringes of the top 10 for Sharp, whose high floor offers immediate reward. His maturity and work ethic, along with substantial senior experience in the SAMFL and dominant form against his peers will be difficult to ignore. So, for South Australia in 2025, played 4 games, kicked 5 goals, 27 touches. We can have a look at what his strengths are. Clean hands, competitiveness, contested game, leadership, strength, tackling, improvements, kicking, outside game, speed. And I think it might be a case of we might need to have a chat with some draft pundits or experts and also look at some footage of Sharp and we can go from now. Might save that for another video. But it'd be really exciting and really intriguing to see where we go with this. This would be another massive lever pulled by Leper and the list management side. It definitely sounds like a player we need. It's midfield depth. And I know we know that a player coming into their first year of the league, if your name's not Nick Dacos, you can't just assume that they're going to fit in seamlessly. And Collingwood have a trend of not rushing players into the AFL system. We want players to earn their stripes in the VFL system. And I said it the other day, I think it's really an underrated positive of having an older, experienced side with those elder players still performing to this day is allowing those younger players who might not be ready to be thrown to the Wolves at AFL level to allow them to keep sharpening their tools in the VFL. And I think we're coming to a point in time where I'm talking about players like Ed Allen, I'm talking about players like Ryan, TJ, DiMattia, Harvey Harrison, Reef. Like, these players have spent extensive periods in the VFL because our veterans are performing so well. Oscar Steen, right? But now next year is their turn. So I think whether or not like Dyson Sharp comes to the side, I don't think we're going to expect immediate return. However, maturity has been highlighted, and contested ball is a really strong suit of his game. It's interesting. So immediate high floor offers and immediate reward is what Rookie Me Central is suggesting. So maybe there is a chance where this guy falls right into the system without any dramas. But I don't think we're all going to be hinging our hopes on Dyson Sharp to get us through 2026. I think obviously it's a long-term project with any draftee. Curious, it would make draft night very interesting, and with 8 days left, it certainly throws a spanner in the works. And I wonder how willing Carlton would be to work with us, a team that is within. I mean, you'd like to think Carlton are in the same bracket of competition level next year. I think Carlton would like to think that. We might think differently. We might think we're a level above Carlton, and certainly based on this year, that has been the case. So I'm wondering if they're willing to work with us, but we'll see. I mean, Graham Wright, we have a relationship with Graham Wright. Is it fractured? You guys can be the judge of that. We've Mick Malthouse, Dale Thomas, Scotland. We've had players go there, so it's not like the doors are closed for conversation. So we'll see where it goes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, go Pies.